A historical Bitcoin signal is about to flash once again here. And right now, we are seeing that Bitcoin is sitting on one of the most important levels of this entire bull market. And that is why I will give a big update on my current ongoing trades. I want to be talking about the 30 Bitcoin bull market peak indicators and how deep we are right now in this bull market for Bitcoin. Of course, I want to be exactly talking about the slight little correction we're currently getting, the most important resistance for Bitcoin, the big breakout we're still seeing, and of course, my criteria to see the next price target sitting around $123,000 getting reached here. And of course, I am going to do a deep dive in towards Ethereum and what is likely to happen over there next year. So don't forget to once again slap all that like button back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. And let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So first of all, if we're going to look at the last 10 days here, the last 10 days on Bitcoin and the entire market have actually been extremely boring. Bitcoin has basically done absolutely nothing. I mean, yeah, we're seeing an average slight move down here, but this is only $1,000. And ultimately, Bitcoin is still consolidating in this bigger consolidation phase. And where we're currently seeing every single time where Bitcoin is getting rejected from, it is at 112.5K level, which is exactly the previous level of major support that now is acting as resistance. So this is the level where I am, of course, closely paying attention towards. And this is also the previous high in the market. And like I discussed in, of course, yesterday's video, but also all the videos before as well here, I am currently in a long trade. Like you can see over here, I'm about $10 million long on Bitcoin, about $8 million long on Ethereum. And basically what I said on my trade here is that whenever Bitcoin breaks above this previous high right here, I think the breakout of this falling wedge is going to get confirmed. And then I am going to be saying that $123,000 is going to be next for Bitcoin. But of course, first of all, we need to break above the previous range high in the market, which clearly, if you're looking at Bitcoin right now here, is of course that $113,000 level. So if we break above that level, the next high is going to be $123,000. But for now on, that remains to be not the case here. If I'm actually looking at Bitcoin, we can start to see that on the lower time frames, on the 1 hour time frame, we are still in fact creating a lower high after lower high after lower high. And that is why it is going to be so critical to be breaking above this high right here, because then we're going to be shifting the trend on the lower time frame. And of course, ultimately, we still have this major CME gap trading above us. And yes, I really think that this is going to get filled up here, because about 99 to 98% of all the CME gaps get filled up within a matter of weeks here. So this is very likely that it is eventually going to get filled up. Maybe first a move towards the downside, or maybe it's already going to get filled up. I am not 100% certain of, but one thing is for sure, eventually it will be getting filled up here. Then of course, Bitcoin on the 12-hour time frame is creating a major uptrend, and this is actually exactly the level we bounced from also. So yeah, that is of course ultimately looking very good here for Bitcoin. Also, I've been of course predicting this correction towards the downside ever since the highs over here of $118,000. I flipped bearish, and of course I remain to be bearish. And of course on the lows right here from $110,000, I've been accumulating in towards my Bitcoin long trades here, and I remain to be saying the same here. I personally still think it is a great time to accumulate in this region right here. I still think my trades are going to be absolutely exploding. I remain to be of course long on VX, and of course, guys, if you are interested yourself in trading, I am trading on VX, and VX is definitely the best exchange to trade on, because it's the cheapest exchange to operate on. If you sign up an account using that first link in today's video description, because you will get a 25% fee rebate by signing up an account using that link below, and up to $30,000 in deposit bonuses if you also make some deposits. So make sure to check it out. It's definitely super valuable. But anyways, I remain to be bullish on Bitcoin right here. I remain to be expecting the bigger continuation higher. But of course, for me to call this and give you the confirmation we are going to be pushing higher, I need to see the break above the previous range here. There are in the meantime also some other developments, not chart-wise, but more like fundamentally speaking. Now there's about a 99% chance we're going to get an interest rate cut in the next Federal Reserve meeting, which is in 13 days from now on. Then also today, we're going to get the initial jobless claims here. So how many people don't have a job in the US. Then tomorrow, the most important data is going to come, and that is the unemployment rate here. This is, of course, going to be for sure determined whether we're either going to get 25 basis point rate cuts or maybe 50 basis point rate cuts. So this data is for sure going to be very, very important. So this data will for sure cause a lot of volatility. And personally, if I'm still looking at Bitcoin, this pattern, which we're currently seeing, the power of three pattern, it has played out so many times before already on the charts. And it is just a very, very interesting phase here where we're currently in. Maybe it's still going to be lasting for a little bit longer, but ultimately also on the bigger time frames, we can see that right now, this previous level of resistance right here is right now acting as support, right? So you can see, if I draw it correctly, boom. This level previously around was resistance. Obviously, we got rejected multiple times from it, and now it's flipping into support. So we have seen this pattern and structure so many times before here, but ultimately, I remain to be believing it is actually a good opportunity still in the market, because also if we're looking at the bull market peak indicators right now here, these are the indicators that basically predict whenever the Bitcoin bull market top is in here. You have 30 of them, and right now still 0 out of the 30 of these indicators have flashed so far. So this means that still the market is not overextended yet here. And we still have likely more potential upside to go for Bitcoin. And you can see the progress right here. We are clearly coming towards the 100% mark with most of the indicators. So what is this indicator telling us right now is that we are coming close towards the Bitcoin top right now. But most of the references from this chart right here are indicating that the top for Bitcoin is laying between $130,000 and $135,000 for Bitcoin. And that is also exactly my target, where I want to be flipping a little bit more bearish on Bitcoin and where I want to be closing my long trades on Bitcoin as well here. So I remain to be believing we're still going to get another run towards the upside, but it's not going to be so exponential as most people are expecting. So that is my personal prediction. Then, of course, right now, Bitcoin is still sitting on very important support, which is the weekly bull market support band for Bitcoin. Personally, if we flip below this level, it is most likely going to be indicating a start of the bear market. So yeah, for sure, a very important level to be looking at. And of course, on the daily time frame, we are right now starting to see a bullish crossover happening on the MACD here. And historically, the last few times this happened, of course, here we saw a major run towards the upside. Also right here, another continuation towards the upside. So this is once again a signal that likely another big push towards the upside is about to be happening. So super excited for that here. Ultimately, also, if we're looking at the MVRVZ score, which is the over/undervalued metrics for the Bitcoin bull/bear market, right now it's still telling us Bitcoin is not overextended yet. But of course, whenever it does get overextended, then I will let you know. And then it's, of course, a greater time to be stepping on the sidelines. But currently, clearly, it is not the case yet here. I mean, still, the market is not particularly strong right now here. But I do think the run back towards new all-time highs is still yet to come here. And if that is going to be happening, I will literally make about $1 to $2 million with these trades again here. So I will do it all over again. And of course, I shared every single step on the YouTube channel here with you guys. So if you want to be staying up to date about that as well in more detail, don't forget to join also my private Telegram group here, which is in the second link in today's video description. It's very simple to join. And there I'm keeping you guys even more up to date on my trades here. Then also, more bullish news here. The CEO of Alibaba is also right now building a strategic Ethereum reserve. And yeah, yet you're still bearish, guys. You have to understand what is currently playing out here. Also on the liquidity heat map on Ethereum, there's still a bunch of liquidity laying above us around the $3 to $4 billion mark here. And yeah, you can just clearly see it. Liquidity is being built up above us. There's not so much liquidity laying below us. So there's about $8 billion in Ethereum short squeeze coming up here fairly soon. And that, of course, makes myself very bullish as well here. The ETH compared to Bitcoin chart also still looks to be in quite a big parabolica. And the Ethereum exchange reserves are dropping very, very rapidly right now here. So interesting to be seeing. Of course, the others chart as well. Guys, we're creating a big bullish divergence, which means that altcoins are likely getting ready for a big run. And this chart also tells it all here. Historically, in September, we tend to see a little bit stronger months for Bitcoin. But after that, historically, we tend to see very strong months for Ethereum and the entire altcoin market. So maybe it's going to be exactly playing out again here. Maybe it doesn't. But Ethereum is currently consolidating above resistance, guys, and it's just getting ready for another explosive move here. So what we're seeing right now is a consolidation phase that is about to see a major continuation. And yeah, I am holding my trades open. I am betting on the $6,000 to $6,500 Ethereum. That is where I think the bull market top for ETH is going to be. For Bitcoin is about 130 to about 135. And of course, if I hit these targets, I have literally flipped a $1 million account of trading all the way into like $4 or $5 million in just a matter of 2 to 3 months here. So guys, I am doing it all over again right now here. And yeah, I think it's a very great time to be accumulating. So this was it for me in today's update video. This was my strategy. This is what I'm currently doing. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.